What's the scariest thing going on in our world right now that not enough people know, talk about? Isn't there slave trade in Libya that no one's talking about? There's straight up, actual human slavery that is going on in parts of the world. We've just kind of been collectively uninformed, ignoring it, and it's really fucked. We no longer have any form of privacy or anonymity, no matter how hard we try to keep it. Kessler syndrome. The sky above us, space, is getting flooded with orbital debris. Some of the pieces aren't even detectable. So those pieces hit satellites, which turns into more debris, which hits more satellites. It could just end with no more GPS signal, research, and more. Planes would also be disrupted along with boats due to their communication system, as it would take years to recover from this. Sex and labor trafficking is so real and terrifying. It shows a ruthlessness in humankind. Superbug STDs and other superbug infections. And incurable gonorrhea is now a thing. Not the scariest, but a lot of the people who helped clean up the BP oil spill from Horizon are suffering long-term medical issues. Their case has been essentially swept under the rug. Edit. Spelling. Prion diseases like chronic wasting syndrome, the sterilization crisis in the medical device industry, and how it impacts our access to safe medical products. And on top of that, how major companies have been off-gassing toxic ethylene oxide gas that has been causing cancer in people who live next to factories for years, and no one gave a shit. I've definitely noticed a decline in the number of bees and monarch butterflies over the years. I used to see hundreds of both every spring. This year I haven't seen a monarch, and honeybees is less than 20. It's crazy to see such drastic changes in less than a decade. Thanks for all the anxiety, everyone. When Texas flooded during Hurricane Harvey, there were 13 Superfund sites that got hit. A Superfund site is an area where there are hazardous substances or pollutants on a huge scale. A bunch of chemicals got swept away into those flood waters, and no one will know the effect for years. Edit. First, gold and silver. Thanks, kind strangers. Plastic. It's everywhere. In our waste. In our food. In our bodies. In our drinking water. Obviously we know it's in the sea. Sure. Grocery stores are slowly rolling out not using plastic bags, which is awesome. But it's scary how it's taken over everything in our lives. Even in money. We can't stop using it, yet it's building up waste everywhere. And it's causing issues in our bodies with all the microbits we have consumed. A quiet epidemic. Lyme disease is the fastest growing vector-borne illness in the U.S. It is an infectious disease caused by the bacteria Borrelia burgdorferi, transmitted to humans by the bite of an infected black-legged tick. It is 6 times more common than HIV/AIDS and twice as common as breast cancer. The CDC estimates 300,000–1 million people will be infected this year. I urge anyone reading this to educate themselves so that they can protect themselves and their loved ones. Education and awareness saves lives. That PR, advertising, and marketing have infected our minds so much. Virtually all of people's lives are now about perception manipulation, changing the way you think about things and how other people think about things, presenting yourself and your life correctly, saying the right words, parroting the right ideas. We are so self-obsessed we think our perception is reality. We are forgetting that what we think and say is nowhere near as important as what we do. The amount of microplastics, medicine, and unkillable pathogens in wastewater treatment, due to the relatively low medicine concentrations. Bacteria and viruses are building up resilience against the common antibacteria and antiviral medicine, which will eventually form a superpathogen that requires a totally new production method. Microplastics are very destructive to aquatic life and will do a lot of damage to the marine life. Water in general will be the new oil due to climate change. So that won't be fun either. Edit 1. Changed a spelling mistake. Edit 2. I am not an expert by any means, but I am a student in this field and I probably made some mistakes in my formulation and in some facts. Some experts have commented below, so to read those comments for a better, more accurate explanation. The insects are dying. Antibiotic resistance and the overprescribing of Thiamycin. I don't think this gets talked about nearly enough, and it's already a problem. I remember reading an article recently that said in the future antibiotic-resistant bacteria-related deaths will surpass cancer deaths. Erosion of personal privacy. The insect apocalypse. https www.nytimes.com/2018/11/27/magazine/insect-apocalypse.html https www.nytimes.com/2018/11/27/magazine/insect-apocalypse.html. Everybody thinks climate change is scary, but our entire ecosystem may collapse.